What happened inside that courtroom shocked everyone, not just because of the sentence, but because of how Bryan Kohberger's own mother and sister reacted. For the first time since the horrific murders that rocked Idaho, the Kohberger family sat face to face with the reality that their son, their brother, had taken 4 innocent lives. But it wasn't Bryan's words that capture headlines. It was his silence and the way he looked at his family. On July 23, 2025, Bryan Kohberger was sentenced to 4 consecutive life terms, one for each of the young lives he admitted to ending in 2022. Kaylee Goncalves, Madison Mogen, Xana Kernodle, and Chapin were all brutally killed in what prosecutors described as a calculated and premeditated act. Inside the courtroom, the air was heavy. Victims' families filled the room, hoping for closure. But as the sentence was handed down, the attention briefly shifted to Bryan's mother, Maryann, and his sister, Amanda. Maryann Kohberger was seen visibly trembling. According to reporters from the New York Times, she shuddered at times, even placing her head in her hands during the proceedings. It was a quiet, raw moment, a mother unraveling in real time as the weight of her son's actions came crashing down. Amanda, Bryan's sister, sat beside her. Though she remained mostly silent, her body language said enough. The grief, the confusion, and perhaps the shame were etched across her face. But what made this moment even more jarring was Bryan himself. Throughout the sentencing, Bryan never looked at his family. No eye contact. But in a moment no one expected, empathy came from an unlikely source. Madison Mogen's grandmother, Kaylee, stood up to confront Bryan face to face. Her words were powerful, heartbreaking, even. She spoke of the victims, the shattered families, the trauma left behind. But then she paused and said something few expected. "My heart aches for the kids' roommates, the families of the other victims, and also the family of the perpetrator." It was a statement that froze the room. Even in her grief, Kim extended compassion to the Kohbergers. It was a reminder that in tragedies like this, the pain spreads far beyond headlines and courtrooms. Earlier this month, Bryan Kohberger pled guilty to all 4 murders. It was part of a plea deal that spared him the death penalty. But even in his confession, he offered no motive, no explanation, no closure. The University of Idaho student admitted he acted deliberately and with full intent. But why? That remains a mystery. After the sentencing, the Kohberger family released a rare public statement. They asked for privacy, for respect, and for what they called responsible judgment. They made it clear they wouldn't answer questions or speak further. And so, the silence continues. The justice system may have reached its verdict, but the emotional wreckage is far from over. The victims' families must now try to move forward without their children. And the Kohbergers must live with the reality that someone they raised, someone they loved, committed an unthinkable act. It's a cruel truth. Sometimes, even the families of monsters are victims too.